So you remember what I asked you before, right? If you feel that the people fighting are doing the right thing, that the kids need saving in the schools, you feel like this...
I mainly feel like that some are fighting for their sake of kids, and some might not fully understand, or some are fighting for the sake of fighting. Because, as my mom said, every side has a right, every side has a wrong. So they could say how all gay people are molesters. And so I could say all priests are molesters, since there's been a few cases of priests being molested.
Lots of cases. I can agree with that, definitely.
So if they want to say one thing, we can retaliate with pretty much the same thing, but for them. Like they could say we're polluting their mind, and like we could say the same thing. Most people don't believe in God, so what's stopping me from saying how you're polluting our mind with God? Some people just are atheists, some people just don't believe in general.
Counter-rebuttal.
People are willing to like throw criticism towards something, but they will not accept criticism back towards them. Like, you got to be able to actually have a conversation. You have to be willing to take criticism, or else you're undermining the whole thing.
Find a middle ground.
Finding a middle ground.
Like I've told a lot of people here so far, there's rights on both sides and there's wrongs on both sides.
So do you think this is something? This is a religious thing, or?
I think it all depends on who you talk to.
Because there's multiple religions here today. I see there's Muslims, Christians,
There is.
Catholics.
I think depending on who you talk to depends on why they're against it, right? Some people are against it because they feel nothing like someone from like this or anything sexual should be taught in the school that should be taught at home. Just unfortunately, a lot of things stem from being at home, right? We've had to bring in things to the education system like racism and stuff like that because it's taught at home to hate, right?
Right.
So it's taught here that it's not the case. We can't leave everything at home to be
So
taught.
if we take religion out of the equation, do you think there'll still be an issue or not?
I think there would still be some issues. Some issues are the fact that people don't want it being taught in the schools because it's sexualizing things like that.
So there's a human aspect to it. It's not just religious things. There's just people say, leave the kids alone. Kids shouldn't be exposed to certain things at a certain age until they're old enough to make that decision by themselves.
Like I said, there's like that happy medium now, right? Like it's
some people have said
in grade 3, they shouldn't be taught sex ed. It's just not.
And over the last decade, they've been lowering sex ed from grade 8 to 7 to 6, right?
Too long, don't come back.
Some people have even said
it's hard to get back
teach at home by themselves. And the problem with that is some people can be racist or they want to be homophobic. So like if they were to teach at home, those parents could be saying gay people are bad. It's wrong to be gay. Like black people are horrible people.
And that's at home. So where is the place to teach it? The school? Do you think the schools is the right place to be teaching this stuff?
I feel
sometimes,
like
but
there's
like
a
not
fine line with it, right? I think a lot of it has to do with the sex ed, like the sex education system, right? Because that's where a lot of it's brought in. It shouldn't be taught at a certain age. And only so much, right? I know before back, they used to send forms home with the students saying, okay, we're going to be having sex ed, this is what we're covering. Do you agree, yes or no? Do you want your child to participate?
They still do that. They still they'll still notify. My school notified my child, but I'm a 6 and 7 year old, and I was like, I just don't want any topic of that. So it doesn't matter what it's about. I just didn't want to talk to my children. That's why.
So yeah, there's problems with teaching like anywhere.
And then we had a counter protest.
We just need to somehow find a middle ground that's good for teaching for both sides.
I just didn't want my 6-year-old.
It's good to find yourself, like who you want to be, but it's also not to cross a certain line that would seem wrong to several people.
And the thing is, a lot of us adults, all of us have been children. We've been there, right? So we've been through struggles of becoming, a child, a teen, an adolescent, an adult. So I feel like we got through those issues for the last 3, 4, 5 centuries, and like thousands of years. We've got through without schools and education. And humans were able to figure out male and females having sex, right? Yeah, there was always homosexuals, gays, and lesbians and stuff, and possibly transgenders that looked into it, right? But it was more quiet, it wasn't like promoted and pushed in the society. It was more like taboo, and it's like adults that wanted to choose that, they were allowed to do that if they wanted to. in their own homes, right? But not to push it and take it into other people's homes and say, this is me and you have to do the same. That never happened, but we feel that they're using the schools now, right? They come in, like there's been drag queens, men dressing up as women. Like that's always been a thing. Those guys used to perform in like,
Before it was
they used to perform in like adult strip clubs, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if
the
you,
flag's staying up.
wow, the flag's staying up. So if you,
But anyways, going back to the topic that we were talking about is that
If you're running the flag, I would gladly wearing you.
it was for, I came there as a
yeah, so drag queens, what we're trying to say is that they're doing things that they used to do for adults, but now they're doing for children, right? Like adults used to go to drag shows to get entertained and give money to the dancer, right? Because that's an art form, right? And it was very sexual and risque, and that was fun. My parents even went to a drag show, right? But now it's like they wouldn't want me to go there or have a drag come to my school.
Especially as a child, because you don't want to be exposed to such things. Like as a child, you wouldn't want to go here, have a vape.
Like I feel for the
here, have
children.
something.
Children should be out playing on their bicycles, going to the corner store, getting Skittles and
Setting up
Freezy
a lemonade
Pops.
stand to
Yeah,
provide
all
that
that
money.
stuff, right? Not.
You know, living life as a child. Like,
I
childish
never had
things.
that. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and I never knew there was another gender until the 2000s, right? I didn't know there was multiple genders. I still have a hard time trying to find anything other than male and female, and I feel like they're pushing and force creating, and I feel like a lot of the children are too young to question adults, because when I was a child, adults were always right. You know what I mean? Everything
like,
was
there's no
respect your elders, you know, and whatever the teacher told us, like, yeah, where we live on Earth and the solar system, just listen to the adults. But now we're trying to say that these adults are
Don't be talking to children.
They're-
Don't talk to children. Don't talk. Don't talk to children. Don't talk to children. He
so
doesn't
the
want
adults
to talk to you.
aren't doing the role that adults have been doing for the past few hundred years, which is protecting children, letting children be children, right? And now it's a new society, and this is in the Bible. I heard you mention the Bible before. I'm not sure if you guys read the Holy Bible, but
I've been going to church since I was 5.
We went. I
Five?
haven't
Yeah.
been to church. No.
I've been going to church.
so the Bible's not a hateful book. I know a lot of people might perceive it that way, but the more you get to know it and understand what the Bible is telling us, everything that's happening now has already happened before,
Yeah,
right?
it's history repeating itself.
Exactly.
It's
See,
the
so-
same.
Like some country that was in
History won't repeat itself if you wouldn't what's going
yeah,
on.
and what's happening now is
in the 1920s, 1920s, and the 1720s, there's always been some kind of plague. And like we had COVID, so I guess that's some form of like it repeating itself.
definitely repeating itself, not in a good way, right? The Bible mentions Sodom and Gomorrah and how there was a community that was, you know, doing all kinds of weird stuff that they shouldn't be doing, especially with the youth and children. And 2 angels came to this city that God sent to go check up on it, and the people of this city kind of like did bad things to these angels, these visitors. They just like, you know, raped them pretty much, right? And so basically what's happening in today's world, what's happening with this SOGI, with the sexual orientation and gender identity that they're teaching in these schools, the reason why you see this flag everywhere is because, like you said, history repeating itself, and it's not God doing it, like God is the
It's us.
creator.
God doesn't make decisions.
It's us, but our free will's being manipulated. There's another force. Like humans aren't that capable to just do something like this all over the world. Like there's an unseen force that's manipulating.
The internet has
Internet's bad, definitely.
As a huge
All
impact.
of this is definitely as a
And
result
that's
of
why
the
it's
internet.
important to have like a
The
one-on-one
internet
conversation.
also allows a lot more representation for queer people, though, because
It's an outlet
you can
that
search
they
it up
never
and you
had
can
before,
learn
right?
about it. Yeah,
That's what that's saying.
It's not there's kids in some homes it's not safe to run there. Like what if they have questions but they're not comfortable going to their parents because their parents.
Yeah. So back in the 80s, 90s, people, that was called, they were hiding in the closet, right? Then when the internet came out, that just helped these people come out
Yeah,
even
it
more.
helps them find themselves.
Yeah,
They
because
express
the
who they really
forums
are.
and internet chat sites and finding other people across the world that's sharing the same thing. Like when you're in your room at home and no internet, you're like dead. There's no one there with you. But the internet connects you to like
Yeah.
yeah.
And even when I was like in grade 7,
Not that it's a
I had
good
no
thing. There's
access.
pros and cons, right? Sorry,
Yeah.
but grade 7 you were saying.
Yeah. In grade 7, I didn't have access to the internet yet. The only representation I had were my mom's, and even I knew I was gay. Like immediately, I just knew.
And how old?
I was 11 or 12.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't have representation in school. I didn't have internet yet, and I only knew my moms who were already split, so they didn't talk to me about it.
But you were raised by two moms?
I was raised in 2 separate households that had moms, but yes.
Oh, okay.
So they were together but split, and they didn't really talk to me about it, but still I knew. I knew I didn't like the boy classmates, I liked my girl classmates.
So what's your pronouns now?
My pronouns are they, it.
They and it. So no him, he, no she, her, it's they and it.
Yeah, so
Like, is
this is
that-
actually my flag as well.
Okay, show me your flag.
So I have my lesbian one, and I also have my non-binary one, and the one my friend over here, Nick, is wearing is my progress
And
flag.
you've known this since you were 11?
10, 11, 12.
10,
somewhere around
11?
there.
How old are you now?
I am 17.
17.
Yeah, I have always known. My gender came later though, when I started actually doing research on it, and I realized, oh, well, I don't feel like a girl, I don't feel like a boy, I'm just going to be non-binary.
So you
because
didn't
that's what I
know what gender you were and you had to research it.
Yep.
And where did
because
you research?
I
Internet,
searched online.
books? Okay, online, right?
Yeah. And it really did help me realize, like, oh, well, I'm not a girl. I have something I can fit into, and I can be happy with myself.
But no one ever told you that. Did you ever think that you might be a tomboy?
I did. When I was growing up, I was a tomboy in my mother's eyes.
Yeah,
I
'cause
never
that's
wore
always normal.
skirts or
Girls
anything.
dressed as boys, they wear the baseball cap, the jeans, the baggy pants.
Yeah,
you like
that
to
was me.
you like to do like paintball and dirty stuff with the
Yeah.
guys, you know.
Things
But you
that would
didn't
be
feel like you would
slutty.
ever grow out of that?
I didn't think so, but now I'm a lot more accepting of like, oh, well, what I wear doesn't define my gender, so I'll wear what I want and I'll still be me.
Yeah. Wow. Do you all share similar stories?
I have a brother who always wore dresses, pretended he had long hair,
Like out of his own free will?
Out of his
At what
own
ages?
free will.
By the time he could walk, talk, and all that, he just
since he was 3
decided.
years old, he's always wanted to wear dresses.
And, like-
And the thing is, he grew up in a male-dominated household too. Like,
There was most of
it's
guys.
just me, my mom, and my sister. We're the only females in this household, and it's being dominated by males. And he always knew that he wanted to wear dresses, he wanted to wear makeup, he wanted to do hair.
And then one day in his class, he heard another boy say, I dress like girls, so I guess I'm a girl. And so he went home to my mom and he said, Mom, I don't think I want to be a guy anymore. My mom said,
I don't feel like this is who I am.
and so she said how,
And what age was he then?
like
This
around
was about
4.
3 years ago, so he's around 7. My youngest is 8, 7 years old.
Yeah, and so he went over to my mom, and my mom said, honey, you're still a boy. When you're older, we can have a more complicated conversation, but I will still love you no matter what. But at the
He
moment, you
doesn't
are
feel
young.
comfortable in the male clothing. He never felt.
That's your brother.
Yes.
Yes, he never really liked the dirt bikes, the cars, like the glitter, the princesses.
Right. That's cool. So that's the opposite to what you went through. So as a girl, you were into the boyish stuff and dressing, and as a boy, he was into the girly stuff, Barbies, princesses.
I never felt
Sometimes
like
it's
a
kind of
boy
fun.
when I was dressing up. There isn't, in all honesty. All my boy stuff and playing soccer and all that. I never felt like a boy, so I always said, oh, I'm just a tomgirl.
Yeah.
Or like a tomboy.
So does your brother have pronouns?
Where I'm like, you're on your own. He goes by all right now, but he does feel like he wants to go more towards female because that's who he feels like he is.
Right. So you're here standing for your brother, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool.
And I have cousins that are.
And
Also
for-
here for you.
Yes, for
Yes,
sure.
we're here for them as well, and I have family that's gay, and
family that's non-binary.
and just friends in general. Do you know what happened at Fort High?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, there was just something happened at Fort High.
Someone vandalized the front
Super
doors.
homophobic.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, we're just mainly here to stand. To
No,
stop
so
things
that's
like
not
that.
us. We're not a homophobic group. We're not against the community. I
most
have an
guys-
aunt that's a lesbian, right? But she didn't know until like after she had already been married to a man, had 2 children, and then realized, you know what, I like women. And then she got divorced and she's been married to her wife for the last 30 years, 20 years now, I think, or more.
And I understand how most of you guys aren't homophobic, but earlier, like that woman right there, she walked out saying, all gays are homophobic. Like everyone like that. So I just want to say, if all gays are homophobic, what would that? No, all gays are homophobic. Just kidding.
I'm good, thanks. I can't have cheese. Thanks, man.
I'm also standing here for my 3 other siblings who are gay, and every single one of them came to me first when they started questioning who they were.
Let me just check the camera.
Like my kids, every single one of my 3 siblings has come to me first, saying like, "Hey, I don't know what I am. Can you tell me what I am?"
Yeah, as I was saying, like I get how most of you guys aren't like homophobic, but a lady walked out saying, oh, all gays are like rapists, like.
Yeah, like we can't control a lot of people, and because we're the group that we are, we do get a lot of people that just are paid to come and make us look bad.
Yeah, say that that you guys are molesters who touch children.
No.
Not you guys, like us. Like one of them said how like gay people are people who touch children and all that. And I just want to say, what does that make me? I'm a child. Does that mean I touch other? Does that mean I touch adults? Like what would that mean for me?
So what about your story? Do you want to scoot in a bit? Sorry, just to
come
make
on,
sure
yeah,
everyone's
come on,
in the-
come
Just
back
get us
in.
all in the camera.
My story really ain't really that impressive.
Everyone's story is impressive. That's why we're all here.
Every story is important and needed.
It's good to get every single side of the story.
Honestly,
Even if it's exactly.
literally, I don't know. It's just, I remember when I was young, I did end up playing with my sister's Barbie dolls. I was, when I was young, I was definitely ashamed of it because I was worried what my dad was going to think about it. I didn't really care what my mother was going to think about it. I just like that kind of stuff, but I was a little afraid to
Like
do it.
a little in the closet.
Yeah.
Afraid if anyone found out.
I thought my parents were going to think I was weird. I thought they were going to be like, what the hell's wrong with you? No, you don't do that. So I kind of
Like you're not our son. Get away from us. You know?
maybe not to that extent, but I was just like, I want to do it, but like, I probably should, kind of thing. So I was afraid. As things kind of got older, I've had like multiple people, like, because for a long time I consider myself just fully straight. And, like, my sister and a couple of my friends literally all used to tell me, like, man, you're like one of the gayest people I know. Like, I'm like,
These guys, grab one. Don't push
They're
there.
not gonna touch that. You were one of the prettiest people I have ever met, Nick.
Right? Like, I even thought you were, like, before I even started finding your friend,
Exactly.
I don't know.
He admits gay. Don't think that
I know.
For a long time,
do you guys like want with sausage and bacon and stuff?
nothing. Lots of meat. You want meat, Emma?
There's a regular one that I think is pepperoni.
Emma would like cheese.
That one is just cheese and pepperoni. Won't see that.
And Emma, there's a meat one here. Maybe he'll bring it around to you.
Is there any water or pop? Is there any water or pop?
What?
Okay, I just need a drink. But thank you.
Maybe.
So other than your aunt, do you have like anyone else that you know?
Not that I know of. She was
There
like,
you go, kids.
Oh, I take one.
Yeah, pepperoni one. There you are.
Thank you so much.
I mean, delicious.
Thank you.
Adults are coming.
No, I'm okay, thank you.
So there's like no one else that you think is?
She was the first in our family that we knew of. My grandma says that there may be more, but you know, I haven't seen a lot of my cousins and stuff. Our family's so big. And like I told her that I'm like doing what I'm doing and going to these events and standing for the. She's like, don't.
trying to get everyone to
She's like, oh, leave them alone. they let them do what they want to do. You have so many family members that are in that community, just, you know, let them be, right? I'm like, no, but they're after the children, right? So a lot of people aren't understanding why we're doing this. Even my grandma thinks some.
Trying to take our voice away.
Yeah.
Even standing here and just being a
like
part to support.
like you said, how when you were older, you always listen to the adults. But like when they're talking about us, like they don't really want us to speak for some reason. Like if it's our problem, we should be
Sitting
able to
with you
express
takes too much time to get up.
Yeah.
I am too old.
You're only 30. You're not that old.
I'm too old to try and get back up. Let me rephrase, okay? I'm too old to get back up.
We know you're old.
Thanks, Emma. I love you.
Wow. And so the fact that you're like going around interviewing people, like to let us
Because
know.
like this is like my 20th or more like event like this, and you know what? We just want to talk, especially because your children here. We don't see too many children at these events, and if we do, they're usually kept separate from us because you know their parents are with them or they're taking them to see the drag shows, and then they leave the drag shows and give us the finger and tell us, "Oh, you hateful bigots! No love over hate," right? And I'm like, no, you guys are being misinformed. We're not here. We're here to like tell you that, yeah, we understand that.
There's a line that should not be crossed.
Yeah.
It's Justin! It's Justin!
Hi guys.
He's like our
Yeah. Hi. Bye
he's came through, so he's like the pride ambassador today. He also has like the anti-Justin.
Bye.
Justin.
Bye.
Let's go see
It's
Justin.
been good talking, guys.
What's your name?
NiCO.
So nice to meet you.
Yeah, so nice to meet you. What's your name? Emma? Amy?
That's that's Ace. That is
No, that's
Nick.
Eris.
Eris.
The other gay one.
Yeah, I'm
That's Nick, and I'm Drayden.
Jaden. Cool. So you guys, it's awesome. I'm glad I came out tonight.
We're glad
Brought the dogs too. It's been so much fun.